Hi guys, it's Miriam here from Misfit Bikini Model, aka FBME, and tonight I get to chat with our Miss Inspiration 2022, Frankie. So welcome, Frankie.
Hi, Miriam. How are you doing?
I'm well. So, Frankie, for those that don't know you, do you want to just share a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Frankie, and I was a Misfit Bikini Model contestant for 2022, and I was absolutely honoured to be given the title of Miss Inspiration. A little bit about me personally. I am 41 years old, so taking on a pageant at that age, people generally would be like, "Are you crazy?" But I thought, you know what, I'll go for it. I started because I wanted to do something for myself, but then the reasons that I did the pageant actually evolved as my journey grew, and now it's transpired that I'm trying to get more of a message out about IBD and IBD awareness.
Amazing. So do you want to share like just a little bit about that side of things? So yeah, your motivation for wanting to do like Misfit Bikini Model and yeah, raising awareness, like why exactly is that really important to you?
So I have a condition, it's a bowel disease called Crohn's disease. And basically that is inflammation anywhere from where the food goes in all the way through to the other end. And so as you can imagine, it's quite a taboo subject for so many people out there, including myself. For so many years, I just didn't talk about it. And I just felt that, you know what, if I'm not talking about it, other people aren't talking about it. But the thing is, if we talk about it sooner, we get that message out there that it's okay to talk about these taboo subjects, then the diagnosis is going to come earlier, and so we can treat earlier, we can understand better, and hopefully we can go on carrying on with our lives to the fullest that we can.
Amazing. Yeah. So Frankie, I know through your goals of trying to raise awareness, do you have a particular hashtag that you've come up for yourself or your social media? And that is, can you share your hashtag?
So I have two hashtags that I like to use. Yeah. My main hashtag that I use is no scar can stop me. And if you see me doing a video on my TikTok, you will see that I actually start most of my videos with "Let's talk shit today," which is also a hashtag.
Yeah.
So those are my two hashtags that I like to use.
Amazing. So part of, I guess, Miss Inspiration, and you sharing your journey. So I remember when you did originally apply, and what your goals were, and your motivation for wanting to do it. You were wanting to rock your scar and rock it really proudly to help raise that awareness. So for anyone that does follow Misfit Bikini Model and or yourself, are you able to just share a little bit about your scar and the scar that we're talking about through that hashtag?
So the hashtag "No Scar Can Stop Me" has come from quite a significant scar that I have on my abdomen. When I was pregnant with my son, at 19 weeks, I had to have a bowel resection, which is quite a massive operation, regardless if you're pregnant or not. However, at 19 weeks, had the pregnancy not have gone well during that surgery, he was too young to be viable, to be saved. As I was being wheeled in, my husband was told, "You will get one or the other or neither." It was quite an extensive surgery. So I had the bowel resection. I'm still here today. And I'm so proud that my little boy is here today. He's 13 now and doing absolutely fine. My scar is still quite extensive, and it's quite an obvious scar. And I have absolutely no problems. People want to ask questions about it. I have no problems with that. I have had some negativity about it. You to put your scar away. Oh, that looks terrible. But ultimately, my scar is a badge of bravery. And it says to me, look how far you've come, look what you have achieved, and look what you have been blessed with. So it's really, really important. And that is pretty much where "No Scar Can Stop Me" stems from.
That's amazing. And you absolutely rocked your swimwear and you rocked the stage and you absolutely live up to your title of Miss Inspiration.
Thank you so much.
So through your journey, what challenges have kind of come up? So particularly around, your FBME journey, you kind of set your goal, being 40, right, I'm doing a pageant and I'm just going to go for it. Did you have any challenges like along the way?
So there was quite a few challenges. There was obviously the physical one, because I have to balance my specific diet for my condition, and then I have to balance it alongside the amount of fitness that I can do from day to day. And that was quite a tricky balance, but with research, and I sought help through the professionals. So my GP, I had a huge medical right at the beginning of my journey, and I went through that way. But also mentally, like you were saying, I'm 41. I'm no spring chicken, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to be able to compete with the best looking 21-year-old out there. But ultimately, like when I spoke to you when I originally signed up for FBME, I was like, I want to see if I can do it. But then my journey went on, and I suddenly felt like this journey wasn't just mine. This was for everybody out there. And it doesn't matter about your age or your weight or your dress size, or if you've got stretch marks or scars, or if you've got the perfect body and the perfect smile. It's just a case of you can go out there and show people that you can. It's massively important that person, that little voice in your head is so strong. It's strong enough to make you believe that you can't. But then I always say, let's use that strength, turn it around and show that you can.
Absolutely. And through your social media as well, you're amazing at just sharing how real life is. And I personally have definitely got a lot of inspiration from watching you on social media as well.
Oh, thank you. That's fantastic to hear.
So through pageant weekend now, do you have any highlights, or how did you find the actual weekend?
So, the weekend starts on a Friday. Well, the weekend really starts on like the Thursday afternoon, if you're like me and not particularly organized, which is when you do your last minute packing, ready to leave on the Friday. And then you arrive on the Friday and you get to meet some more of the sisterhood, and it's fantastic. And it's almost like you're meeting people again, even though you've actually only met them for the first time. It is like meeting them again. It's absolutely lovely. But the weekend is full on. It is hard work, but it is so much fun. And I spent the entire weekend, I ran on adrenaline and fruit smoothies.
That's right. So you actually bought your smoothie blender and were making smoothies for...
I did. My recommendation for next year is to have a smoothie bar.
That is actually a phenomenal idea. When someone told me, it was like, someone was walking around with a smoothie. I was like, oh my God, that looks amazing. Where did you get it? I'm like, Franki's making them.
Why not?
Yeah. Because you do like to get a bit creative with your food as well, don't you?
Yeah, having so many restrictions with my diet, because alongside my Crohn's disease, I'm actually lactose intolerant, and I also have certain fats that I can't tolerate as well. And they're actually separate to my Crohn's. Mm-hmm. So if I don't do different things with my food, I literally would live on boiled chicken, boiled broccoli and rice. And that can be very boring and time consuming and tedious. But I need to, because in our family, I'm only cooking one meal. I know this sounds quite, selfish, but I'm like, I'm not cooking 4 meals for 4 different people. We're all going to eat the same thing. So I have to keep it quite exciting and quite interesting for them, if nothing else. I do like to get creative.
Amazing. And so how do you juggle, obviously being dedicated to your health and your fitness? I always see you, working out with your booty band, your savage booty bands, and, staying dedicated to your health and fitness while also, I saw that. I saw
I just spotted that. I was like, that's from this morning. Sorry. It's my untidy house.
While obviously, you're a mum, you work, you've, always got kind of like a full plate. How do you kind of manage that sense of balance, or, harmonizing the different, everything that you have going on?
I actually, it's twofold really. So primarily, I just make sure that there is always time for me. And again, it's not selfish to take time for yourself. It's a must. But about a year ago, I actually set up a company called Declutter Me, and it's about decluttering and organizing. And by doing those things, it gives you back time. So if everything is ship shape in Bristol fashion or is put back in its place, you are saving yourself time on constantly looking for it or juggling through something else. And once you get that time back, you can use that time. It's the most valuable resource you have as a family, and you can put it back into your family. So, rather than spending the next 20 minutes looking for my keys to do the school run, I don't have to do that anymore because I know where it is. But it's all about balance. It's about finding that time, making that time. And sometimes something else will have to give. So if the washing up needs doing, or my kids need help with homework, the washing up can wait. It's not going anywhere. That time in my family is more important.
That's such a great mindset to have.
Yeah.
I love the declutter me. Like, I am a pretty neat kind of person, but as soon as you said that, I was like, oh my goodness, straight away I want to go and declutter the drawers. I want to, because even if it's like just sitting there, it's kind of on my mind. At some point I need to do that, and it's just that one of those other things that are on your list of things to do, but
just let it sit there on your list like this, which is now in my eyesight. But, let it sit on your list. It's not going to hurt anyone. It will go back in its place eventually. I always like, before I go to bed, the house is reset so that we always start afresh. And that's just how we are in our house.
Amazing. So, Franki, if there was one moment, other than obviously being awarded Miss Inspiration, was there any particular favorite moment you had through the pageant? Any kind of...
just before it was my turn to go on with the gowns, I made a really close friendship with Tia, who actually won Miss Wellbeing. And when she gave her speech, I just sat in the background almost crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. My eyelashes are going to fall off, because I was just so touched and moved by what she said. And it really has struck a chord with me with what she said. And I'm not really one that gets, super emotional about these things, but it really did. And so when I went in and then I got asked the question, I was still a bit emotional. And my voice was like, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. But so that really, really was like a massive thing during the whole pageant. That's the one thing that has really stuck out. And we did sand angels during the workout.
You what?
We had a lovely workout Saturday morning. With the sunrise, it felt like. And there was one bit where I couldn't do any more. So I said, how about I just do sand angels instead?
And that's right. You did the sand angels.
We did sand angels instead. And that was quite fun too. So those are the two bits that are really sticking out in my mind at the moment.
It's really, really beautiful. I definitely shed a few tears when I was sitting watching the show, particularly in that gown round. There's so many inspiring stories, and being able to kind of watch you all blossom and be able to share that on stage. And so you're all inspiring, but a very, very big congratulations to you, Franki. It was definitely well deserved, and I'm so honored to have you part of the FBME sisterhood, and to have you part of the class of 23 sharing a journey.
Thank you so much. That's amazing to hear.
Thank you so much for joining us, Franki, and we'll definitely chat very, very soon.
Take care now.